Good day and welcome to S24 Rundown, where we bring you the latest updates, key developments and major headlines from across the country and beyond. I am Gloria Atta and our news in brief comes up after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back. Let's begin. Ahead of Saturday's Osun governorship election, Senator Francis Fadaunsi has been questioned for over 2 hours by the police over a viral video in which he allegedly directed supporters to kill members of the Accord Party. Fadaunsi honored the invitation at the Osun State Police Command in Osogbo and later denied inciting violence, saying his remarks were misconstrued. He explained that he meant the APC would kill them with votes on election day. The police said the invitation was a proactive measure to reduce political tension and clarify statements capable of causing public disturbance. The controversy has drawn condemnation from the PDP, Accord Party, Amnesty International and the National Human Rights Commission, which accused the senator of inciting violence and voter intimidation. Meanwhile, Fadaunsi faces a possible 10 billion naira defamation suit after the spokesman for the Ademola Adeleke Campaign Council, Pelumi Olajengbesi, demanded a public retraction of alleged defamatory claims. Meanwhile, Muslim and Christian leaders in West Africa have pledged to reject the exploitation of religion to fuel violence, conflict and extremism. The commitment was made in the Abuja Accord, signed at the end of a 2-day international conference on diversity and social peace organized by the Muslim World League and Jibwis. The leaders said religion should promote mercy, peace, dialogue and tolerance while urging stakeholders to strengthen trust across religious, ethnic and cultural lines. They also called for inclusive dialogue, greater youth and women participation and responsible media reporting to counter hate speech, rumors and inflammatory rhetoric. They further proposed a coordinating body for Muslim and Christian leaders to strengthen cooperation on peace, unity and national security. Now, the Sokoto state government has approved 1.76 billion naira for the procurement of 1,000 Bajaj motorcycles to support security agencies in the fight against banditry. The approval was made at the State Executive Council meeting chaired by Deputy Governor Idris Muhammad Gobir. The government says the motorcycles will improve the mobility of security personnel, particularly in difficult terrains and communities affected by banditry. The procurement is expected to complement 62 armored vehicles recently acquired by the state at a cost of 27 billion naira. The council also approved funds for the renovation of schools, healthcare facilities and water infrastructure across the state. Now, the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, has warned bakery and confectionery operators against compromising food safety amid rising production costs. The commission cautioned importers, manufacturers and distributors against using unsafe substitutes, harmful additives, poor quality ingredients, misleading labels, or manipulated expiry dates. Speaking at a stakeholder engagement in Lagos, FCCPC Executive Vice Chairman Tunji Bello said commercial pressures cannot justify practices that endanger consumers. He urged operators to maintain proper hygiene, accurate labeling and traceability while promptly addressing complaints and recalling unsafe products. The FCCPC also called for stronger quality management systems, staff training and voluntary compliance across the sector. Now, West Africa could build a $3 trillion cumulative energy market by 2035 if its 16 countries integrate their national energy systems into a single regional market. Chairman of Rose Hill Group Limited Advisory, Suleiman Yahaya, made the projection at the West Africa Refined Fuel Market Conference in Abuja. He called for harmonized product standards, shared data systems, regional infrastructure, and a common dispute resolution distribution mechanism to facilitate cross-border energy trade. Yahaya said regional integration would help West Africa attract investment, improve price discovery, and capture more value from its oil and gas resources. He also proposed specialized roles for countries, with Lagos serving as an Atlantic hub for energy liquidity and refining, while other cities develop as logistics, storage, and commercial centers. The conference is focused on developing a transparent regional pricing system for refined petroleum products. Now turning to the international scene, Meta is set to face a major U.S. federal trial over allegations that Facebook and Instagram were designed in ways that could encourage addictive use among children and teenagers. The case, brought by attorneys general from 29 U.S. states, alleges that Meta knew of potential risks to young Nigerians but failed to adequately address them. The trial is scheduled to begin on August 18 in a California federal court, with Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg and Instagram chief Adam Mosseri expected to testify. Meta has denied the allegations, saying it has invested heavily in measures to protect younger users. The case could have major implications for how social media platforms design and regulate services used by children and teenagers. Now moving on to business news with Karimat Hassan. Hello, Karimat.
Good day and welcome to S24 Business News. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, says it has recovered more than 115 billion naira and $84 million in outstanding levies owed by the Niger Delta Development Commission by oil companies. The disclosure was made before the Senate Public Accounts Committee during a probe into the 2021 to 2023 NETI oil and gas industry audit report. The EFCC said it investigated 43 oil companies, with 24 found to have outstanding liabilities, while 19 were cleared. The investigation focused on 3% levy payable by oil companies to NDDC. More than 73 billion naira and $67 million so far has been released to the commission, while additional recovered funds remain with the EFCC. The Senate is continuing its investigation into outstanding payments and revenue leakages in the oil and gas sector. Moving to the regional energy market, West Africa needs a stronger regional energy market to unlock its economic potential, according to chairman of Rose Hill Group Limited, Suleiman Yahya. Yahya says greater cooperation among countries in the region could help maximize West Africa's energy resources, attract more investment, and improve energy security. Despite its oil, gas, and renewable energy resources, the region still faces challenges with energy access and infrastructure. Yahya believes a more integrated energy market could help countries share resources more efficiently, expand energy supply, and create new opportunities for businesses and industries. He also says deeper energy integration could boost trade and industrial development across the region. And on the international market, global stocks are trading higher, with technology and artificial intelligence related companies helping to improve investor sentiment. Asian markets have largely followed gains on Wall Street, also as investors respond to stronger performances from technology companies and continued optimism around artificial intelligence. Investors are still watching economic data for clues about the direction of U.S. interest rates, particularly expectations around possible rate cuts. The dollar and developments involving Iran are also being closely monitored, as changes in geopolitical tensions could affect oil prices, inflation, and global economic activities. For businesses and investors, the focus remains on how interest rates, energy prices, and the continued growth of artificial intelligence could shape markets in the months ahead. That's the business update for today. I'm Karimat Hassan. Up next is our newspaper review. Just stay with us.
Thank you, Karimat, and welcome back from that break. Now to our next segment, the newspaper review, and joining me is Sarah Abel. How are you doing today, Sarah?
Thank you for having me today.
Thank you for coming. So quickly, let's look at the newspapers for today. Yes. And our first newspaper would be the Vanguard, and the story says Nigeria fails fiscal transparency test for second year. U.S. report. Now, Nigeria has failed the minimum fiscal transparency requirements for the second consecutive year, with the U.S. Department of State saying the country made no significant progress in approving its financial management and opening up its public finances in 2025. The report came against the backdrop of complaints of poor implementation of the nation's budget by Nigerians. So let me just hear your thoughts on this development that is not really so cheering.
It's not really surprising if you look at it. I think we've talked about accountability from the government. There's no level of transparency. It is something that I've always maintained, that the government needs to be more transparent and more accountable for funding, because we have become a borrowing nation.
Yes.
We borrow to do literally almost everything that we're doing. So there have to be accountability, because let's not forget, it's the citizens that are going to pay back these loans. The government officials going to collect loans are not paying out of their pockets. It is down to the citizens and even the children. You know, our children might continue facilitating paying back the loan. So it's such a sad thing, but it is not an unexpected news, because even last year we still failed this transparency test at the same time.
Okay.
Let's not even forget that our budget, our 2026 budget, is running on over 40% deficits. So why shouldn't Nigeria question what we're using this for? This news is not just even about we failing this test for the US. This goes beyond the US. This is the citizens, you know, asking for accountability. Earlier, I think in May, Nigerians flooded World Bank's social media account, if you could recall, to urge them not to facilitate loans to the Nigerian government.
Yes.
So it shows you the level of distrust between the citizens and Nigerian government, because the citizens are not feeling what you're collecting these loans for. If you can't get to the grassroots, if you can't ask an ordinary Nigeria to tell you that, oh, do you understand the impact of this loan, then you getting the loan is already an inconclusive. It's a matter that shows your the transparent level and accountability level that is not right with the Nigerian government. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so if ordinary citizens can't really tell why we are collecting loans, then it's a sad thing. It's a sad reality.
So how is this going to affect Nigeria's reputation when it comes to the international community, especially because we are going to have more relations with them?
Imagine your
maybe
own
want
citizens.
to do business with them.
Imagine your own citizens going out of their way to report you, the government, to an international organization. That tells you that there's no accountability and transparency. There's no trust level between the citizens and the Nigerian government. And this test coming in, failing in twice a row, tells us that what are we doing with the money we're borrowing? Where is it going to? Who is supposed to be held accountable? You know, what's the impact of all this money that we have been borrowing?
So how do we now get things straight? Or right now, do you think there is no hope for us anymore?
I don't know. I don't know if there is hope or not. The future is quite bleak from where I am sitting, because I feel like it's not a priority for the government to be transparent. It's not a priority. They say they are, you know, they're bringing more institutions to show transparency and all, but what has it done so far? You know, we should be able to have a point A to point Z of where the money we borrowed, where it went to, why are we borrowing, where is it going to, has it been used properly, did it fail, did we accomplish what we want to accomplish? This is something that the citizens should be able to tell, but for now we do not have that.
So now when it comes to this transparency, how also would it I'm thinking of the right way to piece my thoughts, but what steps generally now can the government also do to boost public confidence and also the confidence of international partners that you can still trust us, you can still do business with us?
It's hard to be transparent, Gloria. If I give you a certain amount of money and I come back to say, give me an account, this is basically what it means. Give me an account of this money that was given to you. What did you use it for? And then you cannot account for it. It tells me you didn't actually use the money for what is being used for.
Yes, definitely.
So it's not a hard thing to be transparent. It's not hard for government to be held accountable, but they do not want to. It is not a priority for the government to be transparent, because it's not rocket science, is it?
Yes, indeed, it isn't rocket science. So let's move to our next paper, and on the front page it says anxiety in Akwa Ibom, Sokoto, 10 other states over flood alert. And this is coming from the Daily Sun newspaper. And the issue of flooding also is something that has been a recurring issue. We know that NIMET issued an urgent flash flood advisory for 13 states, including some of the states that I have mentioned, warning of high risk, heavy rainfall, potential infrastructure damage,
it actually
and all of
includes
that.
almost all the states in Nigeria, actually. For, you know, flooding, I keep saying, rainy season is going to be here every year. It's not an unexpected thing.
Yes, indeed.
You know,
which makes me wonder as well.
Every year we do have rain. Every year we might have flooding. You know, we're almost so blessed that we are not even we don't have you know, serious environmental crises.
Yes.
We don't have earthquakes. You know, this is just flooding. Right? And you know the flood is coming. It goes beyond giving an alert. What next needs to be done? You know, recently in June, right?
Yes.
NEC, that's the National Economic Council, approved 83.2 billion. Yes, they put that in the budget and gave it to Anticipatory Action Task Force, which is meant to mitigate the projected flooding that is coming.
Yes.
Also this year, 93.3 billion was given to states for ecological fund. So where is the money? It's still down to accountability.
Yes.
We are in Abuja, right? And Abuja is still part of the states that have the high risks for flooding. Have you seen anything that has been done? Preventive measures that have been done. Coming to work today was quite hellish because there's so much flood on the road.
Yes.
The drainages are clogged. How hard is it for government to unclog drainage? How hard is it to ensure that you pack dirt out of the drains with this level of funding that has been given?
Well, there are also statements or some people with the school of thought that Nigerians are also not really helping out in mitigating this issue.
Yes.
They have their own quota they are contributing to the issue of flooding that we see every year.
Of course. But then again, we understand that every citizen has their responsibility
yes.
to do. I personally do not litter. Right, that's my own personal contribution as a citizen. Whatever I eat, I put it in my bag till I get home, right?
Same here.
But then that is human. There's a reason why we made laws, because we know that humans on their own will not follow, you know, protocols. So you make laws for it. Now, when you say do not litter, what other things have you put in place for people not to litter?
Yes,
how
very
many
important
bins
question.
have you seen? Right? How many public toilets have you seen so that people will not desecrate on the road? We've not done that. So yes, the citizens have their own responsibility, but then you, the government, have not put in things that will make it easy for the citizens to carry out that responsibility.
Which what you've said is actually very, very true, because if you walk from Guzape down to Asokoro, you won't see, you would even count the number of bins
even
you see.
Private bins that are there are overflooded.
Toilets.
A lot of private bins are there. They are heaped up. There's no proper waste management. And then we're pumping in this level of money into flood management. And then you give alert, and then there's anxiety, and people are going to lose their houses. Farmers are going to lose crops and all. What has been done about it? How many seedlings do we even have in place just in case flood, you know, takes away people's farm? That government have to say, come and take this for free and replant again. So what measures have really been done? It's not okay to just say, oh, this is what we'll do. We're looking at, you know, food and all. Yes. Preventive measure is the key. We have rain every year. We have flooding almost every year. So yes. What's all this about where you don't have preventive measures? Actionable preventive measures. Preventive measures we can see, feel, and touch. That if I come out of my house knowing that Abuja is part of the risks, I'm seeing what government is doing. I'm seeing drainages being cleared. I'm seeing proper waste management. You know, I'm seeing that, okay, these are the places that might be affected more. This is where we will evacuate people to, just in case if this part is being hit. We've not seen that.
Yes, yes. Well, for residents in these affected communities too, what what roles can they play? Because, you know, earlier I mentioned that they also have their roles they contribute. And you've mentioned rightly that as your own civic responsibility, this is what you do. So generally, what can the larger community also do to assist if you have a government that is maybe not forward thinking or that is not doing what needs to be done? If every person pours, you know, they say it's every drop of water that makes an ocean.
Yes, we have our civil duties, right? And part of it is paying the tax, which brings in the funding to mitigate. What more do we want citizens to do? Should they not go to work and start doing sanitization? That is backward. We're in 2026. What are we paying tax? What's the increased tax for? Everything you buy, you pay tax. You make a call, there's a tax, there's a VAT on it, right? So you don't expect citizens. We have passed that level. Now, citizens are doing their civic duty by paying the tax. So you get the funding to mitigate this. I understand and I implore citizens not to litter. Do not litter, because at the end of the day, you really don't have a government that cares so much. Let's be honest, right? There's no level of accountability in this. Yes, money has been given, but we have not really seen what it has been used for. So for your own sake and your house, try not to litter so it doesn't block drainages. But then again, it's still down for government, because apart from even dirt, you know, sand is also there. This is where bad road comes into place, because if everywhere was properly tarred, you won't have mud issues, you know, clogging in the drainage also. So the issues
are quite enormous, and unfortunately we can't exhaust them in 10 minutes. Well, that's all we can take today. Thank you so much, Sarah, for always coming to share your thoughts with us. And that's it on Newspaper Review for today. Up next is S24 Report coming to you after the break. Stay with us.
After secondary school, many young Nigerians are faced with a serious decision to make. Should they go straight to the higher institution, or should they learn the handwork or skill that will make them financially independent? Some believe that going to the university to earn a degree offers more open doors, while others believe that learning a handwork or a skill opens more opportunities and finance. Today we're on the street to ask people which they would advise young people to go with first and why.
Oh well, I think I would choose going to university first before learning a skill.
Okay, I'm a graduate actually. Immediately after school, I didn't gain admission immediately. That is after my SSC, I didn't gain admission immediately. And I used the opportunity that I had then because of the time I spent at home to learn a handwork before I could gain admission into school.
It's good to learn a handwork before going to the university.
Okay, I prefer going to university to earn a degree first instead of learning a skill.
I'll choose going to this university because I know what I'm going there to do.
Because one thing is that once you go to university, you have this confidence of, you know, mingle with people. I think I prefer going to the university.
But that doesn't mean that I wanted to learn that handwork then, but I just had to because I had the time as at that time.
Me, I first of all learn a handwork. It's through that my handwork I use to finish my school.
I want to be the first graduate, their first graduates. I want to make them proud, and I want to become more exposed with university life and gain more knowledge, school knowledge. Yes.
Actually, sometimes most people, they will choose to go for handwork because handwork is to favor some people. But some people, that handwork does not favor them. It's better they go to school to further their education.
Be it a university degree or a practical skill, what matters most is to have the knowledge and ability to build a meaningful future as young Nigerians. That is what most people on the street has to offer to us today. Remember to have the ability and knowledge to build a meaningful future. I am Noella Samuel reporting for S24 Television.
Welcome to another edition of Political Arena here on S24 Television. Today we are looking at the relationship between democracy and the rule of law. Democracy is not only about election, it is about laws, institution, accountability, and respect for the right of citizens. But what happens when leaders, institution, or even citizens disregard the law? Can democracy survive when the rule of law is weak? To discuss this important topic, I am joined by Barrister Zainab Muhammad Salis, a legal expert, lawyer, human rights advocate, and a digital content creator. Barrister, welcome to Political Arena here on S24 Television.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for honoring our invitation.
My pleasure.
Let me ask you from a layman perspective. When we say rule of law, what does rule of law mean in a simple term?
Okay, in a simple term, the rule of law means that every citizen is subject to the law. Even the government, the citizens, and everyone is subject to the law. No one is above the law. And therefore, all actions should be done according to the law. That's what it simply means.
Thank you so much, Barrister. So how important is rule of law in democratic dispensation?
Rule of law is very important in such a way that it protects the rights of the citizens of Nigeria. It also helps in maintaining law and order among the people living in the society. And rule of law also make the government act within their limits.
Okay, so can democracy exist without the presence of rule of law, especially in countries, in emerging developing countries like ours?
I would say it can exist, but only to an extent. It won't thrive for a long time. For example, we can have elections in our country, and we can also, the elections can happen without it being free and fair. That's us having democracy, but that is, at the same time, the rule of law is not being applied. An election is conducted, the rights of the citizens is not respected, and institutions are not respected. There is democracy, but the rule of law is weakened. So that's how we can have democracy without the rule of law being in place.
So what will happen in a country where their citizens stop respect of rule of law?
In a country where the citizens stop respecting the rule of law, there are going to be breakdown of law and order. Yeah. There is going to be breakdown of law and order. The country won't be as organized as it should be, and people will start taking law into their own hands. So there will be lack of maintenance of law and order. Citizens will start taking law into their hands. Corruption will increase, and fundamental rights of the citizens will not be protected.
Okay, so what will happen in a country where those in the position of authority are being treated and they are being treated differently? I mean, the rule of law is not applicable to them. What will happen in such situation?
What will happen is that it will make the people lack confidence in the justice system. It weakens our democracy. People will lack confidence in the justice system. And before you know it, they will start taking laws into their own hands because they believe that the justice system is not balanced. Like there is discrimination between the rich and the poor. So they will start taking law into their own hands, and we won't have a balanced system.
As a legal expert, you know there are certain cluster of people, especially among the executive, that are exempted when they are serving. They have immunity.
Yes.
So how can you, should those that are in that position be held responsible if they break the law?
I would say that this immunity has to do with their positions as leaders. You see, Section 308 of the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as amended, gives them that immunity because they are in power, so as not to distract them from their responsibility. The president, the vice president, the governor, and deputy governor, they are the ones that have that immunity. So the whole purpose of this is not to distract them from their primary responsibility, so that they won't have to go through court proceedings while serving. But after their tenure, definitely they can take them to court, and other criminal cases can be filed against them.
So what will happen when government officials refuse to follow a simple court order?
When government officials refuse to follow a simple court order, the people would also not follow that order, because it's more like, leadership. They're leading us, so they're supposed to do, and why the people follow. So there will still be breakdown of law and order. People won't respect the law because they will feel like, oh, they are not respecting the law, so why should we respect the law? So that's the effect.
So speak to me from the judicial angle of the Queen.
Yeah.
What will happen to government officials if they step into law? I mean, by failing to follow the rules and regulations. Is there any law that will at least prosecute them, apart from those that have the immunity, and what is going to happen to them?
There are laws that would prosecute them apart from those that have the immunity. The thing is that you just follow the normal court process, yes, and the laws that are being laid down, and they will be prosecuted accordingly.
As a Nigerian,
Yeah.
do you think Nigerian politicians follow the rules and regulations, and law-abiding citizens?
Well, to an extent, they are. We can't really see, because we can't know it all. But in my opinion, they do. Because in a generation like this that we are in, where we have social media, everyone is scared to be called out. So even if it is doing it just for people to see and for it to be written that they've done the thing according to the way they should, so I feel they are, to an extent.
What will happen when there is high political influence in the dispensation of rule of law in a country?
There will be, the judiciary will be corrupt. Court decisions will be, manipulated. And then a lot of people won't get justice as much as they should. And it will also limit access to justice for the citizens. Everyone will be scared. Like, if I go to court, no one is going to, I can't win this case because this person is going to influence the court decision. So that's what will happen.
So how important is the rule of law to a common Nigerian? How vital it is to him?
It is very important in such a way that it gives him the opportunity to protect his fundamental rights. The rule of law is all about equality before the law. No one is above the law. So it's so important to Nigerian citizens that they can actually challenge the wrongdoings that are being done against them.
So what will happen what will happen to citizens when their rights are not protected by those saddled with the responsibility of protecting their rights?
When their rights are not protected, they lost trust in the justice system, and then they begin to take laws into their hands. And before you know, there will be violence here and there, breakdown of law and order, and we won't be living in an organized society.
Well, Barrister, we are going for a short break. When we return, the conversation will continue.
Carry nonsense face. They did like say they no fit kill a pan fly. Meanwhile, if they deal with you,
you go shock.
He go shock you like electric. If they deal with you, he go shock you like electric.
So they get one story why here say they say that one no, it just they pass. This woman no know na kidnapper him be. For market. Far. Now they say the guy come they talk say make you for give am pure water, make you drink. Now the woman come say water na selling they sell am, me no feed that show. Make you go find where you go drink water. Now so next time they take come this woman house, come carry her. So this kind of information now, share he come like say this person know this person before. I mean, just because of this matter as they say they say take care of
the man is desperately wicked. Who go fit sabi wetin dey the heart of man? So now just the same thing, the way that woman not give her water, a plan am the same way. This one a person I tell me like this with her two koro eye, her two koro mouth. Now she open mouth tell me say he get where they can't rub them like this. They can't rub them. But before they start operation, because she dey sell provisions so outside the compound, they come meet her say, Madam, I beg give us this. She give them, overgive them. Now they come tell her say we be armed robbers. So imagine Imagine, oh, now the arm robber said, say we be arm robbers, so say we give you 2 days to come out for this compound. If you not come out by the time we come back, just because say she offer something. So sometimes
she no say she for not even give, they for not tell how. They for come rob bad.
the operation na that day. Now because wetin the woman do for them, now they come tell her say in 2 days time make she dey come out and make she no tell anybody.
Yes.
Say in 2 days time if they come like this, they
She
go
no
as
come out,
they
they
go
go
sweep
join
everywhere. Now so the woman say pack alele, now so she get the best. Now so she say zoom. She zoom come for the compound. Before 2 days say she don't waka.
You know what come worst pass for this matter be say, but how all these boys take they get the courage, the ododo to take they enter people house, go people shop, go people places, they go they expose themselves with their mouth. And we don't fit to do anything inside.
As in, you mean those people when we say they do live video, they talk say now we.
You understand?
If you say we no fit do anything, not be like say we no fit do anything because government on your own then they try. So if you say we no fit, you see this we no fit do anything. And now the security tracking system now, because even the device when we say that they use, take they do the video, they talk say we no fit, we no go fit do it, and me do this one. Now to find way. Because but I believe say even government them they don't they find way to track these people that I'm not sure say they sit down one place they look, because if they sit down one place they look like that, if it be say now another person today, tomorrow night if it be them,
you, yes,
if it be them, not even their relatives self. So I sure say everybody now don't stand. They run. In fact, nobody they stand. Everybody they run. They find solution. On top what they happen for our Obodo Naija.
Because they are neighbor today, tomorrow if it be you.
Yes, now.
And if they talk about device and tracking system safe, where as we both they call them. She you know say like that woman where you talk now say they come meet and say they be arm robber. The woman they come out to save in life and in property. So she tell they come out. They suppose get how she fit take call say so people talk say they be this and this so that our security
the truth be say when she tell me the story, she tell me say she no tell anybody as they take talk am, because everybody they fear for their life, because if she talk before according to her they go know say na she na talk, so and they actually went there, they go back to that place, go do the operation successful. So but na the gift, you know when Bible talk say the gift of a man will make room for him, and na the gift wey the woman give
na it save her now,
save her life, save
and
her
because
children.
of say we know they for as we both they call them structured system now, she no come fit use that information take save other people,
that kind thing,
because of say her whole life now go come fit dey in danger. Mo wahala dey o.
Na God na go help us. Na God go help us, but we too we need to help ourselves, and helping ourselves everybody need to put their eye for ground to know wetin dey happen around their environment, because if you no put your eye for ground know wetin dey happen for your environment, you get kurukere waka wey you go dey see, you get things people go just the way they just you go just know say something no just dey right, something dey wrong. Person dey pass like this normally, the next time the person come pass like you go need to, because you know most of the time they say e dey like say we dey sleep away. Wetin I mean be say no be like physical sleep. Sometimes we just feel
just come on mind.
Yes, nonchalant attitude. That's why you go people talk am. Say nothing dey happen, nothing fit happen. This guy na my person. Meanwhile, the guy dey plan you 247.
And you know even.
And na just to execute remain. I just to carry you go where you. They carry me go help. Now that time then you go know say
something really dey happen.
Water don pass garri. You understand my point now. So everybody now for Naija where they hear us now, you need to sit down, put your eye down, calculate, start to dey think where if you get servants them, I not to say your servant they be thief, so I no talk am.
They tell you make for open eye, know who you dey keep for your house.
Yes, just open eye. Those of una when be so na they do 5 to 9,
9 to
5 job them. And make una open na eye, more na sit down, more na they look. If you need to get CCTV camera, put am for your phone, make they monitor your house, know wetin dey happen. Because sometimes now when madam and oga no dey, these people they go they move around, they check wetin dey happen around the environment. They go check, do their oyibo people call as na feasibility study. They go check, do everything finish. Then when they won't carry out their plan, you go shock you.
Hello and welcome to Security Update. I am Martha Opalanedu. 3 security stories today paint a familiar picture of Nigerians' fight against crime, from a sharp rise in terrorist surrenders in the northeast to the arrests of a suspected kidnapper allegedly trying to buy an assault rifle in Kwara, and a grim discovery on a road in Niger State. Here are the details. The Nigerian military says sustained operations in the northeast have triggered a 213% increase in the number of terrorists and their associates surrendering to troops within just 1 week. According to Operation Hadin-Kai, intensified ground operations and efforts to cut off terrorist logistics and supply routes have continued to weaken the insurgents and restrict their movements. The military says 2 high-profile terrorist members surrendered on Wednesday, handing over arms, ammunition, and other military items. Additional fighters also surrendered to troops in Bama following sustained military pressure and reported internal disagreements within their ranks. The surrendered individuals have been screened while recovered items have been handed over for further investigation. The military says it will maintain the offensive while urging terrorists willing to abandon violence to take advantage of available surrender channels. Moving on, police in Kwara State have arrested a suspected member of a kidnapping gang over an alleged attempt to buy an AK-47 rifle for 1.6 million naira. The suspect, identified as Sanda Aliyu, was arrested by operatives of the anti-kidnapping section in Kayama local government area after intelligence revealed he was negotiating to purchase the weapon from a suspected arms supplier who is currently on the run. According to the police, the suspect admitted that the 1.6 million naira had already been paid for the rifle. Investigators also allege he planned to use the weapon to ride through the ranks of his current kidnapping gang before breaking away to establish his own criminal group. The Kwara State Police Command says investigations are ongoing to arrest other suspects linked to the alleged arms deal and dismantle the network behind it. And finally, in Niger State, security operatives have recovered 9 bodies along the Wawa-Luma Road in Borgu, local government area. Police believe the victims were killed by armed bandits while traveling through the area. A joint team of police and military personnel evacuated the bodies before launching clearance operations to secure the road and prevent further attacks. The incident comes just days after security agencies rescued 308 kidnapped victims from the Kanji Lake National Park area, highlighting the continued security challenges in parts of the state despite recent successes. Authorities say operations have been intensified as efforts continue to restore confidence and improve security for residents and travelers. And that's security update for today. Thank you for watching. Do remember that security is a shared responsibility. Bye for now.
Hello and welcome to Tech World Update, where we discuss technology, innovation and digital world. I am Aisha Muhammad. Here's what's shaping ICT from Nigeria to the global stage. Today's headlines focus on Nigeria's push for sovereign innovation, the use of emerging technology to improve air travel, expanding digital financial services across West Africa, and the next step in autonomous transportation in Japan. We'll begin in Nigeria. Nigeria is preparing to host the second edition of GITEX Nigeria, one of West Africa's major technology, artificial intelligence, and startup events. The event, being held under the patronage of the federal government and NITDA, is themed Beyond Connectivity, the Bridge to Sovereign Innovation. The focus reflects Nigeria's growing emphasis on building local technological capacity rather than simply consuming imported digital solutions. Discussions are expected to highlight initiatives including the 3 million technical talent program, alongside artificial intelligence, startups, and digital infrastructure, the broader drive towards technological sovereignty. Still in Nigeria, technology is also being deployed to address a very different problem: lost luggage. The Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority has announced plans to introduce radio frequency identification, or RFID technology, for baggage tracking across local airports. The system will allow luggage to be digitally identified and tracked throughout the journey, helping airlines and airports reduce cases of misplaced baggage. The initiative is also intended to bring Nigerian airport operations closer to international baggage handling standards under IATA Resolution 753. Across Africa, fintech company Corridor is expanding its footprint across West Africa following a 4-market tour covering Senegal, Mali, Togo, and Benin. The company held 23 strategic meetings focused on strengthening cross-border mobile money and bank transfer services. As African countries continue pushing regional economic integration, intro-reportable digital payment systems could become increasingly important for businesses and individuals moving money across borders. And finally, on the international stage, Uber Japan has finalized an operational partnership with Hinomaru Kosu ahead of a planned autonomous vehicle pilot in Tokyo. The partnership will cover fleet management, cleaning, and maintenance, while the robo-taxis are expected to be accessible through the standard Uber application. The development represents another step towards integrating autonomous vehicles into everyday transport, as cities around the world test how artificial intelligence can reshape mobility. And that's Tech World Update, where innovation meets impact and the future stays in focus. Do stay with us, as entertainment news is up next after the break. Thank you and bye for now.
It's a beautiful day and another dazzling episode of the Entertainment Rundown on S24 television. From a highly anticipated Afrobeat collaboration to a Nollywood engagement and a major update from one of the world's most talked about celebrity couple, the entertainment scene is buzzing. Here are some of the stories making the headlines today. Afrobeat heavyweight Olamide is teaming up with rising singer Fola for a brand new collaboration. Although details about the project are still under wraps, the link-up has already generated excitement among music lovers. Olamide continues to strengthen his influence in the industry by connecting with emerging talents, while Fola has been steadily gaining attention for his melodic, emotional sound. The collaboration brings together Olamide's distinctive street-influenced style and Fola's more melodic approach. While the title and release dates are yet to be announced, fans will clearly be watching closely for what could be an interesting addition to the Afrobeat scene. And from music to a beautiful new chapter in the life of a Nollywood family, Mariah, daughter of Nollywood actress Omotola Jalade Ekende, has announced her engagement. She shared the news on Wednesday with a black and white video capturing moments from a beachside proposal. Mariah's fiancé could be seen sharing affectionate moments with her, but she has chosen to keep his identity private, revealing only parts of his face in the video. The announcement has since attracted congratulatory messages from friends, family, and fans celebrating the new chapter in her life. Mariah is one of 4 children in the Akinde family and has occasionally shared special moments with her mother. With the engagement announcement, Mariah is now beginning another exciting chapter while keeping the details of her relationship out of the public eye. And finally, with Hollywood, where Travis Kelce has given fans a rare glimpse into his highly private wedding to Taylor Swift. Kansas City Chiefs star Travis Kelce has opened up briefly about his wedding to pop superstar Taylor Swift, describing the celebration as the best night of his life. Speaking to reporters during training camp, Kelce reflected on his off-season and thanked everyone who came out to celebrate with them. The couple had reportedly held a private wedding in New York City, with much of the ceremony kept away from the public. Reports have described a star-studded celebration, a forest-themed setting, and performance during the reception. The couple also reportedly gave their siblings special roles in the ceremony instead of having traditional bridesmaids and groomsmen. Despite the secrecy surrounding the wedding, Kelce's brief comments have once again put the celebrity couple in the spotlight. And that's a wrap on today's entertainment rundown. From Olamide to Fola's new collaboration, to Mariah's engagement and Travis's wedding revelation, the entertainment world certainly has plenty to talk about. I am Lenny Kuyet. Stay tuned for more entertainment updates.
Hello and welcome to Sports Updates, bringing you the latest stories making headlines across the world of sports. I am Udoka Godspower. Paris Saint-Germain have started the new season with another European trophy, retaining the UEFA Super Cup after beating Aston Villa 2-1 in Strasbourg. PSG took the lead through Kvaratskhelia in the 20th minute before Villa responded just before halftime through 17-year-old Brian Maggio. It was a special moment for the young striker, who becomes the youngest player ever to start and score in a Super Cup final. PSG, however, had the final say. Desire Doué restored their lead in the 62nd minute, despite his goal being initially ruled out for offside. VAR overturned the decision, and PSG held on to retain the trophy. They are now only the 3rd club to win back-to-back Super Cups after AC Milan and Real Madrid. From a European trophy to a transfer deadline, Chelsea have put a firm date on Enzo Fernandez's future. The Blues want at least £120 million for the Argentine midfielder, with interested clubs giving until 5 p.m. BST on Friday to make an offer. Real Madrid have indicated they are not interested, leaving Manchester City as the only known potential suitor. City, however, are yet to decide whether they will meet Chelsea's valuation, with Lille's midfielder Ayoub Wadi also on their radar. If no suitable offer arrives, Chelsea are prepared to keep Fernandes, who scored 15 goals and provided 7 assists last season. And now to Nigeria, where the Super Falcons face another crucial test tonight. After their WAFCON quarter-final defeat to Cameroon ended their hopes of automatic World Cup qualification, Nigeria must now take the long route to the 2027 tournament. The Falcons faces South Africa's Banyana tonight, 9 p.m. Nigerian time, with the winner keeping their World Cup hopes alive through the Intercontinental playoffs. It's a high-stake encounter with both teams looking to recover from their WAFCON disappointment and secure another chance at the global stage. And finally, the Tigers have ended their 3-game series against China on a winning note. After losing the first 2 meetings, Nigeria bounced back to beat the host 88-77 in Foshan. The Tigers dominated from the opening quarter, taking a 32-17 lead before going into halftime 58-29 ahead. China fought back after the break, but Nigeria stayed in control to secure the victory. The result gives the 7-time African champions a confident boost as preparation continues for the FIBA Women's World Cup in Germany, where Nigeria will face France, Hungary, and the Republic of Korea. And that's your sports update for today. Stay tuned for PG News with Hadiza after the break.
My people, we don't carry the tori wey dey totori for body come for una today, and as na the matter wey dey shele for Naija and obodo oyibo we carry come for una. So, as Osun State dey prepare for Saturday governorship election, police don question Senator Francis Fadahunsi for more than 2 hours over one viral video wey allegedly show say in dey yarn to im supporters make dem kpai Accord Party members. Fadahunsi honor police invitation for Osun State Police Command for Osogbo, but after the questioning, he deny say he ever call for violence, explaining say people misunderstand wetin in yarn. According to him, when he say APC go kill them with votes, he mean say APC go defeat them with votes for election day. Police yarn say the invitation a proactive step to reduce political tension and clear statements wey fit cause public disturbance. The matter don attract condemnation from PDP, Accord Party, Amnesty International and National Human Rights Commission, wey accuse the senator of inciting violence and intimidating voters. Meanwhile, Fadahunsi fit face 10 billion naira defamation suit after spokesman for Ademola Adeleke campaign council wey be Pelumi Olajegbesi. The man say make he swallow the talk back publicly over the alleged defamatory claims. And on to security matter, Muslim and Christian leaders across West Africa don't agree say make nobody use religion promote violence, conflict or extremism. The leaders say they make the commitment through the Abuja Accord after 2-day international conference on diversity and social peace for Abuja. Muslim World League and the Jibwis Naim organized the conference. They say religion supposed promote peace, mercy, dialogue, and tolerance, while stakeholders need to build trust across religious, ethnic, and cultural differences. The leaders also call for more dialogue and greater participation of young people and women. Them want make media report responsibly and make them help fight hate speech, rumors, and statements wey fit cause kata. They also propose one coordinating body for Muslim and Christian leaders to strengthen cooperation in peace, unity, and national security. And this one they come from Sokoto State as the government don't approve 1.76 billion naira to buy 1,000 Pajaj Okada wey Oyibo they call motorcycles to support security agencies for the fight against banditry. The approval come during State Executive Council meeting with Deputy Governor Idris Mohammed Gobri chair. And government here say the motorcycles go help security personnel move faster, especially for difficult terrains and communities where bandits attack they affect. And the procurement go add to the 62 armored vehicles where the state recently buy for 27 billion naira. The council also approved funds for renovation of schools, healthcare facilities, and the water project across the state. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission will be FCCPC don't want bakery and confectionery operators make them no compromise food safety because production costs don't increase. The commission also caution importers, manufacturers, and distributors against using unsafe substitutes, harmful additives, and poor quality ingredients. FCCPC Executive Vice Chairman will be Tunji Bello give the warning during stakeholder meeting for Lagos. He say financial pressure no supposed be excuse to use practices wey fit put consumer health at risk. He urge operators make them maintain good hygiene, use correct labels, and ensure say them fit track products. He also asked businesses make them respond sharply to complaints and withdraw unsafe products from the markets. FCCPC further call for better quality control system, proper staff training, and stronger voluntary compliance across the sector. And last onto obodo oyibo matter, social media giants will be Meta. They face major federal trial for United States over allegations say Facebook and Instagram design fit encourage addictive use among pikin and teenagers them. Attorneys General from 29 US states bring the case where they accuse Meta of knowing about possible risk of young users but fail to do enough to address the matter. The trial will start on the 18th of August for federal court for California. Meta Chief Executive Officer will be Mark Zuckerberg and Instagram boss will be Adam Mosseri. They expected to testify for the matter, but Meta don't deny the allegation. They say the company don't invest heavily for measures onto young users' protection. The case will get major impact on how social media companies design and regulate platforms where pikin and teenagers them they use. That's now how we will take hang good onto today to be that and make you always remember say small pikin where they carry for back. No say Johnny far. My name na Hadiza Galadima. 5 people una bye.
Thank you, Hadiza Galadima, for that version of our news. And this brings us to the end of S24 News Rundown. Do join us next time and remember to follow us on all our social media platforms at S24 Television for more updates and breaking stories. My name is Gloria Atta. Thanks for watching and bye for now.